Welcome to the public speaking edition of Rojo Soul TV. I wanted to do this a lot like my podcast that I do because I want to talk to you about why you should get into live streaming. It's been a fun and learning experience for me. And not only that, but it's helped me with my public speaking skills as well as being able to engage friends and family through this pandemic, being quarantined, and then also exploring special interests that I have with those people. And I want to talk to you about what live streaming is, the importance of live streaming, and how to do it. So, for people born before 1990, what is live streaming? Well, by definition, live streaming is to transmit or receive video of an event, especially with commentary, on the internet while the event is taking place. A lot like a walkthrough of a video game or a debate between two politicians, and fact checking needs to happen in real time. Not to be confused with streaming. Streaming could mean that you're going into Spotify and listening to music that was recorded and stored in that database at any time. Live streaming is in real time, and what people are using it for are checking into podcasts like the Joe Rogan podcast. I watch the Be Real Dr. Green Thumb podcast on YouTube, as well as going live at a concert that you're at that your friends missed, or a protest that's happening in town while watching the events unfold. But what a lot of people use it for, most popularly, is watching gaming. Whether it's League of Legends, StarCraft, or Rocket League, a lot of people are going in and watching gaming, and that's what I do as well. I do a little bit of gaming with Rocket League, but what I also do is I like to promote my website and things that are happening with my friends who are DJs that I promote for. And one thing I also like to do is share my vinyl collection with my friends. And the importance of that is I'm able to connect with people, like a lot of people, to events that are going on in the world. And you might think that just kids are watching each other on TikTok or checking out Snapchats, but the ages vary by a lot. It goes from 13 all the way up to 55 and older. Now, I fall a little bit in here in the 35 and 54 age range, and not a lot of us are using it because it's new technology or we don't know what it is. And as a typical 18 to 34 year olds are the ones participating and consuming these things. And then you can see where they're doing it. Facebook and YouTube and Snapchat in 2016 were the king of the hill when live streaming started to become popular. But a lot can change in 4 years, as you can see here. As gaming became more popular, Twitch has the most users consuming hours at almost 5 million hours. Then that totally fades YouTube and Facebook. And not just that, one thing you should look at here, there's a lot of information, but videos on social media are more likely to be shared by 1,200% over a meme or a text. That's a huge, huge gap as far as things are being exchanged on the internet. And not just that, esports has become such a popular thing, and ESPN has been covering these events as well as the users, and you have celebrities like the Super Bowl champion Marshawn Lynch goes beast mode on things like Call of Duty. With that being said, entertainment hasn't been the only thing that has taken part of the poppy culture, but social media, sharing things like George Floyd's murder. There's been a great social impact of people capturing these police brutality events live, or the Black Lives Matter marches. In real time, people are able to participate, and there's been a social impact in that area. But then, back in the day, this was exclusive to major television networks, but technology advances have made it that you can do it in the palm of your hand. And it could be just as simple as having a phone, a platform, and a good internet connection. It can get a lot more complicated than that. Let me show you really quick. I have a laptop here that runs my media into another laptop, as well as a microphone, a ring light, and my phone as my camera. It gets expensive and it gets really complicated. That depends on how serious you are about it. Now, there's a couple of tips you want to watch while you're doing this stuff. Keep it simple. I've made it complicated, but like I said, it can be just as simple as using your phone. And you also want to have backup equipment around. I have 2 laptops. If one goes down, I can use another one. I have an internal microphone on my computer if this goes down. Make sure your internet connection is good. Work on your audio. Make sure your audio is good. People won't care about your video if your audio is bad. And have a friend to watch your account as you're going live. Now, you also want to watch out for some things as you're going live on these platforms. Facebook and YouTube have things like DMCAs, which is the Digital Millennial Copyright Account, and you have to be careful what you share in there. You don't want to use other people's intellectual properties because you're profiting or you're promoting your platform by using other people's things, and that's what that's in line for. It's created a big complication for DJs and musicians during the quarantine, but it also protects them by not getting robbed. And then you also want to worry about your privacy. Don't do it if you're uncomfortable, and don't show where you're at or allow viewers to know what you're doing, where you're doing it at. An artist named Pop Smoke was murdered earlier this year because he was flashing money and his location, and some viewers located where he's at and he was killed. Be careful. That's a number one. But with that information, I hope you have a good understanding of what live streaming is and how it connects everybody, the importance of it, as well as how to do it. And I want you to take this information and use it. Go out there and express what you're doing, and then also maybe connect with your boy on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rojo_Soul, and we can connect, and I can share some gaming with you, and you can share with me what you're doing. And to quote the famous user at JFK, don't ask what live streaming can do for you, but what you can do for live streaming. So, I'll leave us with this video, and I hope that you have a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good night.
He's the greatest, that's why. He's the greatest, that's why. That I've ever seen. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But
some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the day, 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 back in the day. When I was just a little bro, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could Mac a baby hood rat.